Tonight, 11 investigates the toxic transport on Maryland roads and bridges. They question, how are local emergency management teams prepared to handle a toxic disaster? 11 News reporter David Collins has some answers.
Toxics, acids, and explosives travel freely on Maryland roads and bridges every day, and no one has to know. So what if there were an accident? Some local counties are preparing for that, but one expert says it isn't enough.
No, 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 and no. Two more no's. Nope. No and no, and we got a 312. No.
Members of the Harford County HazMat team.
No, no. Oxidizer 1498, 1977 again.
To some, it may seem simple, crude, or even unrealistic.
No.
But this is how they prepare to respond to a terrorist attack,
no.
chemical spill,
nope.
or any other type of emergency that involves hazardous materials in Harford County.
3082.
They watch truck traffic here on I-95 and other busy roadways.
Nothing on him.
Through binoculars, taking note of hazardous cargo.
No placard.
It's the only way they'll ever know what's passing through, because there's no law to track what's coming in.
So no one is required to give state or local jurisdictions any notice that potentially hazardous materials are coming through town?
Not that I'm familiar with, no.
1977 nitrogen refrigerated liquid, so 338. 6 no's, Mary, and...
So they stand here for hours.
No.
They say the information will help them determine what supplies they should have ready.
Nitrogen.
Everything from detection equipment to protective equipment for our personnel to absorbent materials.
Anne Arundel and Queen Anne's counties have done the same thing. They've recently teamed up to conduct a study of hazardous cargo traveling over the Bay Bridge, to get a handle on what trucks are carrying, where they're coming from, going, driver's experience. Again, all in an effort to prepare for the worst.
But some question the usefulness of these studies.
We exploded.
Former Baltimore City Fire Department spokesman Hector Torres.
To try and come up with specific plans for a specific event is just really not a credible way of dealing with this.
Torres points to last summer's toxic chemical fire in the Howard Street train tunnel as an example of the city's preparedness. But one expert warns being prepared for a calamity is not enough.
When there's an incident, we already have sort of lost. And what we really want to do is try to prevent an incident from occurring.
Some of the preventive measures? Better scrutiny of drivers and their hazardous material training. And more inspections are needed.
C306, no and no.
How to do that with limited resources is the million-dollar question.
1760 over
In the meantime,
8.
One of the few options.
Take the one on the left, I'll take the one on the right.
Maybe what Harford County is doing.
No placard.
Taking notes.
No.
And preparing for the worst.
Flammable number 3, Mary. Box trailer.
There are hundreds of federal safety regulations regarding the transport of hazardous materials. But in light of the September 11th terrorist attacks, additional legislation has recently been introduced to expand requirements for driver training, security, and safety. For 11 Investigates, David Collins, WBAL TV 11 News.